भवसागरी तराया ही सहज योग नौका ही सहज योग नौका ही सहज योग नौका.
मंगलमय अवतार तुझा, मंगलमय अवतार तुझा, भूवरी जाहला मंगलमय अवतार तुझा, मंगलमय अवतार तुझा. तुझ्या दर्शने जीवन घडले, तुझ्या दर्शने जीवन घडले, रोम रोम हे निर्मल झाले, रोम रोम हे निर्मल झाले, अंतरातले गूढ गवसले. मंगलमय अवतार तुझा, मंगलमय अवतार तुझा, भूवरी जाहला मंगलमय अवतार तुझा. सगुण रूपातून निर्गुण केला, सगुण रूपातून निर्गुण केला, सगुण रूपा सगुण रूपातून निर्गुण केला, भूवरी अवतार, भूवरी अवतार. तव कृपेने जीवन मुझे, तव कृपेने जीवन मुझे झाले साकार मंगलमय अवतार तुझा भुवरी जाहला मंगलमय अवतार तुझा
Thank you to all for joining to the meditation today. Let's do the salutation to our Divine Mother, Shri Mataji Nirmala Devi, doing the Namaskar, rising Kundalini, and collective Bandhan. We must remember that when we are in meditation, collective meditation, and doing the Namaskar, we are inviting Shri Mataji to be present in our meditation. With all respect, we are going to take the 3 mantras and Shri Ganesha mantra. In the salutation to Shri Ganesha, he allows us to be at the lotus feet of our Mother, Shri Mataji Nirmala Devi. Let's take the 3 mantras and the Shri Ganesha mantra.
त्वमेव साक्षात् श्रीमहालक्ष्मी महासरस्वती महाकाली त्रिगुणात्मिका कुण्डलिनी साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्रीकल्की साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्रीकल्की साक्षात् श्री सहस्रार स्वामिनी मोक्षप्रदायिनी माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। त्वमेव साक्षात् श्रीगणेश साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः।
Shri Ganesha, allow us to be at the lotus feet of Shri Mataji. Let's surrender our ego to the Universal Mother. Mother, you are the doer and the enjoyer. We are the children of the Adi Shakti herself. Shri Mataji has established our connection with the divine and make us collective people. So we can act to emancipate the humanity and express the powers of the Virata, so we can light all the places of the world with forgiveness, love, compassion, and peace. Now we are going to have a first video about the teachings of the Shri Mataji about our centers and the organs that are affected for the clearing of the chakras. This video is taking about 5 minutes.
Kundalini. See, sickness comes to you, as I told you, through our centers getting exhausted. As this is one center, all right, on the left side, left sympathetic, the right sympathetic. And they join together, this is the center now. So we are using the energy of the center that is limited for our purpose, anything. Supposing, I'll give an example of a very good example of one Swadhisthana chakra. Is the center, in the second center, which looks after the aortic plexus in the medical terminology. But it's not complete, I mean, it's one of the parts. Now, the work of the Swadhisthana chakra, according to Sahaja Yoga, which has worked, of course, wonders with this theory, that it gives energy for the replacement of the brain cells. Because we never think about it. We are using the brain all the time. We don't think how it is replaced. Even in the medical science, they don't think about it. So one of the works it has got, it moves here. And also it has to look after your liver, it has to look after your pancreas, it has to look after spleen, it has to look after your kidneys, it has to also look after the lower part of your large intestines. All right? Now, but all the time a person is thinking. These days everybody thinks too much and very futuristic. As a result, it cannot pay attention to all other things. So what happens? The first thing is affected is the liver. Now liver gets all the heat from the whole body and eliminates it. It's poison from the body, you can say, eliminates it into the blood circulation. It goes into the blood. Now when, you see, liver is not attended to or doesn't get sufficient energy, it starts working very hard. So it becomes overactive liver and this heat cannot be removed. So the heat starts rising upward and downwards. As a result, your what you call the lungs are made of, as you know, they are made like a sponge. So it becomes coagulated and you develop asthma. We cure asthma through liver, curable. Then it descends down. When it descends down, it affects your kidneys. By that you get high blood pressure. Also, the another thing you get is constipation. Then your pancreas is neglected. When pancreas is neglected, you get diabetes. Only the people who are thinking, sitting, planning for future get diabetes, never a villager. In India, if we go to a village, they'll say you have to put sugar as much that the spoon must stand at right angles. They take so much sugar. Nobody gets diabetes because they earn in the morning, nicely go home and sleep off. Here we think and think and think of the future. So the neglect of the pancreas gives you diabetes. Now we have many people who have cured of diabetes also. Then the third one is the worst, is the spleen. That the spleen is like a, we say rhythm, keeps the rhythm. It's a speedometer in us. And supposing you are eating the food and suddenly you have to run, then you get a pain because it has to produce red blood corpuscles. But if you are always in an emergency in modern times as you are, first of all you read the newspaper, you are under shock. Because newspaper must shock you. So then another shock, then another shock. Then in the traffic you get a shock. So this poor spleen doesn't know how to behave in this crazy world. And it becomes very crazy and vulnerable. And with the slightest shock, it can get blood cancer. I must tell you that we have cured really blood cancer patients. Absolutely cured, completely cured, without any medicine or anything. Absolutely cured. We have certificates and everything about them. And surprisingly, all of them were architects. This is one. Then another thing, as I told you, it affects the kidneys and it affects also the lower intestines. So only one center, if you use it too much for one purpose, can give you all these troubles. And ultimately the heat might rise to your heart and you might have a massive heart attack. Especially if young people, if they are drinking too much, if they are playing tennis or of a very, any game which is like football or tennis, drinking too much and thinking too much, they might get a massive heart attack. And die very young, at a very young age, and it's absolutely fatal. If you get this attack at a young age, it's fatal. You cannot save them. The other way around, if you have inactive organs also, you can have inactive, also due to that also you get troubles. So when you treat somebody on its roots, it's very easy to solve the problem. See, supposing you have to treat a tree and you start treating all the leaves, it's very difficult. But if you can go to the roots, it's so easy, simple.
Sachat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Let's put our attention at the top of the head the Sahasrara. And full attention inside to clear our centers. We are doing this in collectivity, but also we are doing this individually for our spiritual ascent. And this happens when we rise our energy to the top of the head. And we became in collective like only one family. Let's put the left hand towards Sri Mataji, then the right hand to the Mother Earth. Here we are going to say, Sri Mataji, you are the pure innocence within me. Please make me an innocent person. Immediately, the Mother Earth, that is a magnetic force, is a magnetic power, will attract all the negativity that we have in our left side to change us completely. Let's repeat 3 times. Sri Mataji, you are the pure innocence within me. Please make me an innocent person. Put all the imbalances of your left side into the Mother Earth, asking Sri Mataji, you are here and you are the pure innocence within me. Please make me an innocent person. Let's see how we feel the left side, the left hand. Sri Mataji, you are pure innocence. Please make me an innocent person. Now let's put the right hand towards Sri Mataji and left hand up facing the sky. Here, let's say, all the anger, negative thoughts, all the aggression, all ill feelings toward each other gets worked out, and the pure innocence get established in me so that I can respect each other. All the anger, negative thoughts, aggression, ill feelings towards each other gets out and filled with pure innocence so we can respect each other. All the negativity that we have in our right side is going out into the sky. All the anger, negative thoughts, all the aggression, ill feelings towards each other gets out and fill us with pure innocence so we can respect each other. Mother, I do nothing. Shri Mataji, verily you are the doer and you are the enjoyer. Shri Mataji, you are my guru, my guru. Shri Mataji, you are my guru. Lord Buddha, help us dissolve all the ego. Help us dissolve all the ego. Both hands toward Shri Mataji. Let's say, Shri Ganesha, establish the innocence inside us. Shri Ganesha, please establish the innocence inside us. I am the pure spirit. I am just the pure spirit. Let's put now our right hand in our forehead. Say, I forgive, I forgive, I forgive. I forgive myself and I forgive others. I forgive my thoughts. Let's open the eyes, looking Sri Mataji's bindi. She's going to absorb all the thoughts we have. Left hand to Sri Mataji and right hand at the top of the fontanelle bone area. Here is established the pitta of the heart. Now here, let us, Mother, open my heart. Mother, open my heart. Mother, open my heart. So we can surrender to the divinity inside us. Open my heart. Now we can recognize all the powers inside. Mother, please open my heart. Now let's put our hand up and up, feeling the vibrations up. Now we can have the full devotion. Mother, open my heart. We have now the full devotion and the recognition because you took us from the darkness to the light. So we can spread the light. We are the instruments that we can spread the light. Put the attention at the top of the head and beyond the top of the head. In this state of meditation, we are going to have the second video of Sri Mataji about the Adi Shakti. Let's pay attention to it and learn. Stay in meditation. During this lecture, absorbing her message. Absorbing and introspect. Let's take the video.
For ourselves that if we have achieved this kind of recognition, then we should be up to that. Our capability should be up to that. We should not be lagging behind. For example, if you ask some Sahajogis, especially Sahajoginis, they don't know much about Sahajog. They don't know about chakras. They don't know anything about the deities. Nothing they know. How can they be Sahajogis? You have to know all about it. Only thing that you don't realize that it's not outside that you are a Sahajogi, but it is inside. Inside you have to have that kind of an understanding of the chakras and of Sahajog, how it works, how it helps. Now, supposing if I am the source of that energy, which you know very well I am, then you achieve yours also a kind of a perfection about dealing with people and bringing them to Sahaja. It's a very important work we have to do, is to bring Sahajogis in Sahaja. What I find that some people are very much still lagging behind, and it's very surprising that they live in that country, they are part and parcel of that country, and they are not bothered. Under these circumstances, they'll be blamed that why didn't you find out the ways and methods of convincing at least your countrymen. So Sahaja at the brink of growth cannot grow only with one country, two countries. All the countries have to be brought into Sahaja. All the people that we could call into Sahaja will be a very good idea. And then we have books to convince people. We have to talk to them about it. But what I find about Sahaja is that once they start spreading Sahaja also, their ego comes up. And they think they are very great Sahajogis, they are great leaders. All this kind of stupid ideas walk into their heads, which is wrong. You have to just think in a very humble manner. The more you have, the more you become humble. Like a tree, when laden with fruits, bends down. In the same way, you have to be very humble. But that humility is sometimes very difficult, because the culture of the West is not humble culture. It's a culture of aggression, culture of domination. So far they think because of domination they could go all over the world, they could achieve so many things. What have they achieved? Nothing. In their own countries, if you see, there's drug addiction. Why should people take to drugs so much? Then all kinds of sinful things they do, which I don't want to mention, but you know what they are doing, which in India, which is a poorer country, one cannot even think of. Such things are happening around you. So find out what's wrong, where, and how you can correct these things, if you can help them. Actually now, as I told you, I am going to start some sort of organizations that will do good to human beings. But you all can join us. You can also start in your own countries something like that. But first, you have to get rid of your ego. See, that once happens to you, then only your attention would be steady. And this ego is very simple for you, because you worship Christ. And the Christ is the one who was settled on the Agya Chakra. You all worship Christ, but that humility of Christ is not there. Just the opposite of it. It has happened everywhere, that whatever is preached in the religion, people did just the opposite of it. For example, Hindu religion, I would say Hindu philosophy, is that in everybody resides the spirit. Now, in everybody, if there is spirit, then how can you have different caste systems? And how can you have somebody higher and low? Other way around, now Christ has said that you have to forgive. Forgive everyone, and you have to humble down. And that's what one finds, that among Christians, they don't know humility. They have no idea of humility. Men are like that, women are like that, and the men and women then go on fighting. There's no question of anybody being humble, peaceful, and all. So it's very artificially they are showing off that they are very philanthropist and all that. But inside in their heart, I don't find there is any love, there is any compassion in the real sense of the word. So when we are dealing with reality, we have to know that we cannot just go on doing things which are artificial, which are befooling others. But we have to really become that. Once you become that, when you are really like that, then only you have done the job for which you are born at this juncture of blossom times. Otherwise, you could have been born earlier and could have been something different. But you are specially born, so you realize your value, realize yourself what you are, and try to understand, have a self-respect. and try to do things which are very important as surgeons. Of course, you are doing a job, you are doing other things, but you will be amazed if you do work of Sahaja. You will find more time for everything. Once you start doing God's work, God does your work. And that's how you'll be amazed how you get so much time to do the right thing. Now it is for you to go back and introspect. See for yourself. Now the Adishakti herself has come. But I'm very simple. I'm very simple to look at in my behavior. I'm very, very humble, and people take me for granted. I don't do anything. I don't want to punish you. I don't want to do anything in it. But you yourself get punished. You yourself become useless if you do not look after yourself and grow yourself. This finding is so great, and this man had never known me before. He's very learned, but he's very humble. And what he told me that, just imagine I'm sitting before the creator of this world, and still I'm very normal. I said, what should happen to you? What do you think? She said, Mother, it's a big thing to realize that I'm sitting before you and that you are here. I said, it's good that you don't feel my presence so oppressive or so dominating. I'm very happy. So he says, I just feel the love, just feel the compassion. That's what it is. We have to know that we should have just love and compassion. Compassion and love for ourselves in the way that we should not harm anybody's heart. To say something, to hurt someone is very sinful. But some people enjoy that very much. They think they are very clever. It's not so. When you talk to someone, you must say something which is very soothing and good. Another thing is the temper of a person, is a temper that the slightest thing here and there they get into tempers. Now this has to be told, this temper, that you keep quiet. I have nothing to do with you. That is one thing. Then there are people who are very subtly, I should say, power-oriented, very subtle. They have tricks and traits by which they know how to control others. What are you going to gain out of it? What is your gain? By doing all these things, what will happen? In these worldly things, you might be a little bit popular, a little bit having a position or something. But what is it after all? That is not going to help you. What is going to help you the most is to make yourself a perfect channel for Sahaja. To be a perfect channel. In that, you will be amazed how you will be helped. So I would say for you people who are in the West, I would say, you must develop humility. It's very important. I was surprised in Russia itself. The people are not only humble, but such dedication, unbelievable. They don't even raise their eyes to me. I don't know how they got this idea. This is not after the discovery, but even before that. They were so nice and so humble and so full of love. And even the children brought me small presents, just to give me so sweetly. This was something surprising, how these people in Russia have achieved that capability to become. And I think in the West, Russia is the country which will achieve a very great height in spirituality. And that means they will be the most powerful people. Let us see what you are doing in your own country and how you are going to work it out. See, there's so many things you can do very easily if you see for yourself that you are the instrument of the divine. And then your temperament will change, the nature will change. You'll become a very, very sweet person, likable person, and everybody will think that this is a saint walking around. So that's all I have to say about this. Whatever is the discovery is not a discovery for me, but discovery for the whole world. And I'm sure once it is established and is exposed to the whole world, things will change for you and for me also. May God bless you.
Sasha Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Full attention at the Sahasrara and beyond the Sahasrara. We are the spirit. Let the humility come inside us. We are the instruments. So let's get perfect acting. Now we are going to have the divine breath, putting attention inside and take the words of Sri Mataji, absorb her message inside you, the divine breath. Thank you, Sri Mataji, for being with us, for your presence here in this meditation today. With all respect, let's take rise the Kundalini, Huron Bandhan, and do the Namaskar to Sri Mataji. During the meditation with music, let's do introspection about ourselves, how to improve ourselves, absorb the vibration of the music to get better. Now have a great day. Jai Shri Mataji to all.